and welcome to another episode of The Way I See It. As you know, my current podcast series is looking at artificial intelligence, and as you know, I'm doing my doctorate on artificial intelligence, on the impact of AI on filmmaking, education and production. So I am very much a geek for AI and its impact on learning, education, creativity, filmmaking. But also I'm doing my second series on AI because I look at the landscape and I don't see enough people that look like me, Black female Africans, talking about artificial intelligence. Mainly I see white men talking about artificial intelligence, and it's like we don't exist. And I thought, oh, but why don't we exist? Why is there, why is this gap? But I thought, well, instead of complaining about it, how about you step into that space so that when someone else look, they see you, and then they can step into that space. They can know that that space is also for them, right? And so in this episode today, I'm talking about the British government's specific AI plan. It actually came out on the 13th of January and 2025. And if you look at my podcast, nanaooguntola.me, you'll see my full review. So I'm just going to talk about it quite briefly now. First of all, I thought when I saw that was really late in coming. Like, AI is not brand new. Like, it's been in the works for like 25-30 years, and they've taken way too long, maybe 50 years, a long time, and they've taken just too long to provide any guidance for anyone to say this is what this means and how it's going to impact you. And by not making those decisions and not coming up with a plan and guidelines, it's left the whole landscape around AI rudderless. People are fearful. The language has been really negative around artificial intelligence. So I thought that they were very slow, and even now they're still slow, because we're looking at the whole discussion around ownership and IP, and creatives taking developers to court, and developers insisting that they should be allowed to use people's creativity or works without paying for it, and so on. And the guidance is still not coming through from the government. In any case, these are my takeaways from this from the AI plan. First of all, the government believes that AI could grow the economy by $400 billion pounds by 2030. So, and therefore, it seeks to be a leader in AI development and build and deployment. It wants to see itself as a producer rather than just a consumer of AI. The government believes that the best place to ensure that rapid growth is realized is to be at the forefront of AI innovation and research and development. So that's really good. And they're looking at, they want to be involved in investing, building, and using AI's possibilities. So that's one of the things that they've said. The second thing is they want to focus mainly on building capacity, the capacity to innovate, the capacity to build, to create. It is mainly technological, so their focus is mainly technological, right? With a strong desire to own and innovate within AI themselves. Thus, their finances will be directed to innovative AI tech development companies who can have national and global impact. So that's the focus of the AI plan. That's my second takeaway. My third takeaway is the government is keen to see training of top AI talent and researchers, and they will drive this through investment in the development of relevant skills, through higher education, further training or apprenticeships, to ensure that the UK has some of the world's elite AI talent. That is really notable. And looking at the UK, it has always been a center of excellence in education anyway, and now they're saying that they're going to invest in ensuring that the best AI talent is coming from the UK. So they're going to be looking at supporting education in AI across the board, whether it's through apprenticeships or higher education and so on. My fourth takeaway is that they're interested in seeing more women in the AI space, as they state that only 22% of the current AI pool is female, which is what I was saying, which is one of the reasons I do my podcast on AI, because I don't really see enough females, whether they're white or black, but mainly black, because there's that intersectionality of black and female. But there's only 22% of female in the AI pool, and the government is very keen to see that improve. That's really good. My fifth takeaway is that they're aware that there are issues around risk and intellectual property, but for me, I felt that they have preferred no plan as to when there will be regulation for the sector or what the roadmap to this is. None. And it continues. If you see one of my podcasts where I'm talking about the government's conundrum or confusion or inaction around AI and creativity, that is still the case. There is just no roadmap for it. They're aware of it, but they seem unsure about how to proceed, and that continues to leave the sector, in disarray. My sixth takeaway is that there's an absence of discussions or focus on education or the creative sectors. Right? They mentioned the creative sector when they discussed that there will be an establishment of champions. So they said that there will be champions, education champions and creative champions for all sectors, right? But I felt that the plan did not pay attention or adequate attention to other sectors beyond the development of the AI tech itself, the AI structures, the AI, right? The technology. Apart from that, they did not really pay much attention to other sectors. And for me, I felt that this was disappointing, given the value and impact of these sectors, right? Yes, the plan does mention skills development and research, but in each case, in relation to tech development, it is in general an ambitious. I thought it was in general an ambitious, self-aware plan with an understanding of the need to develop and innovate for the future of AI, which is actually now. I liked the plan, and though it falls short of not discussing sectors I am biased towards, or because I'm biased towards creativity and filmmaking, and I just didn't feel, and education because I'm a lecturer and I'm an academic, and I just felt that I didn't pay attention or wasn't specific enough around these sectors, or didn't seem to highlight it, or I just felt that it was a bit minimalist in its reference towards this sector. So even though I felt that it fell short in discussing these sectors which I am biased towards, or in providing regulatory focus, there was barely any regulatory focus as to how are you regulating, what are you regulating, when are you regulating, who's involved in this regulating. There was none of that. Even though I felt that these two things made the AI plan fall short, I think that the ambition of the government is exactly where it needs to be, which is becoming a maker and not a taker, leading global AI innovation across the board. Right, so I thought that they were exactly where they needed to be. And I will also add here that at the time I wrote this on my website, that the US had committed $500 billion to the development of AI. And obviously we know that the development of AI is big in China especially. So there is a commitment there, and there is a drive there, and there is a vision from the UK government, to place itself in the right place, in the right position in regards to AI innovation. So well done to them. I think we just need to see a bit more around other sectors like academia and the creative sector, and then clear regulation. I'm not saying shut that door down or close down, AI companies. That's not required. But I think innovation and that requires the government themselves to understand what this whole sector around AI is, which I feel they don't seem to have, which is what is slowing down their release or their leadership when it comes to guidance and regulation and so on. So that's it really for me on the government's AI plan. These are my key takeaways. These are my thoughts. This is what I think. Let me know what you thought about it. Have you read it? What do you think about it? And what do you think really should be the focus of the government in relation to AI? And what sectors do you think we need to be, or the government needs to be looking at more, and so on? And I will see you next time on The Way I Say It.